Has he got anyone with him at his deathbed, Mrs. Brandon? Or is he being downright unsociable as per usual?
No, Stable is in there keeping a final vigil. He wanted to take his bowler hat off as a mark of respect, but as I say, Mrs. Partington, I'm frightened moths might get at his scalp again. Stable. Isn't it thoughtful of him, sitting there hour after hour in that straight, hard-backed chair? Stanley, what are you doing in that bed?
I was cold, pardon, and I was lonely. Pardon, I heard that.
You've no right to be in someone else's deathbed. Your time will come soon enough. Don't be so impatient.
It was warm in bed, and it smelt of mint imperials. Drank it, but I found a stale sock which I was able to cuddle. That's my idea of heaven, that is. Pardon? Oh, yeah, I heard that.
Honestly, Mrs. Partington, men. Of course, I blame you for this. Lying there like Lord Muck. You should keep your eye open, specific for incidents like this. Just look at the dirt he's put on that pillow with his boots. I won't be able to look the Undertaker in the eye when he comes to lay. Of course, it won't concern you. You'll not be here. I'm the one who'll have to take all the opprobrium. Yeah. Who got the blame when the goldfish got run over? Who was it that... Oh, Mort. I'm sorry, love. Don't upset yourself. Is there one final thing you'd like before you finally leave us? A hearty breakfast, perhaps?
A drink of water wouldn't come amiss, Annie. There, in that bottle on bedside table.
This?
Spring water from my allotment. Water that will bear my soul away to those enchanted lands beyond the black horizon of death's dark veil.
The only thing this water's fit to bear away is a coal barge to Newton Willows. Am I right? I am.
Yeah, love. Try not to spill it on the sheets. It's not good for you going to your death in a damp bed.
Hey, up there, Mort. Still in the land of the living, I see.
That's right.
Well, have you been doing out interesting in the past few days?
Not much. I almost snuffed it on Wednesday.
I don't blame you. There wasn't much on telly, was it?
Were you at death's door, Mort? Did you visit the other side again? And how was all the friends and relations?
Fit as bloody fiddles. Death's doing them all the good in the world.
Well, it's forced to, isn't it? I mean, it's only the nicest class of germ that will go to paradise, isn't it?
Oh, have you been to paradise? How did you get there? Time's winged chariot?
That's right. A flat-top tram marked depot.
Oh. Did you use your old age pensioner's pass?
No, I didn't have to. The conductor let me travel free.
Who was it?
Toscanini. And he were rubbish with his ticket punch.
Who was the driver?
Alfred Lord Tennyson. Not bad at all, missus. He closed his eyes going over points, but if he plays his cards right, he could make inspector one day.
And what happened when you got to paradise?
Well, they couldn't take me all way. They were a diversion. They're digging road up outside pearly gates. Typical gang of Irish labourers. W.B. Yeats, James Joyce, Bernard Shaw, and you should have heard the bloody language. Disgrace. If they can't express themselves proper, they've no right to be up there.
Get on with it, will you? If you don't hurry up, it'll be time for you to go back permanent.
Yeah, well, when we gets to pearly gates, they've took 'em down for renovation, and they've put up a bit of pearly sacking instead. And there's this commissionaire outside rattling his medals and getting all stroppy.
Why?
Well, he maintains that because I'm not properly dead yet, I'm not entitled to go in.
Typical.
Yeah, good God, says I'm not a Tory, but every Friday night of my adult boozing life I've played three-card brag at Conservative Club, I says. God, says, they're not mithered about my political status. Why should you be mithered about my mortal status? I said, if not budge, Bloody hell, I says, it's only paradise I'm trying to get into. But where you go on, anybody'd think it was Cardiff Arms Park on International Day.
Except my mother, she'd have vouched for you, provided she wasn't wearing her reading spectacles.
She didn't need to. Just as we were in the middle of chewing fat, who should come up but Hubert Mottershead.
Hubert Mottershead? Isn't he the turf accountant that got killed when his muffler caught in the turntable of his radiogram?
That's him. What a tragedy. Broke 16 of his cousin's Flotsam and Jetsam records. Anyhow, Hubert Mottershead, he goes up to Commissioner and he says, Sergeant, let this man into paradise. He says, he can come in as my guest on my membership card. So he signs me in and he pays me statutory 10p for pensioners' Christmas booze up, and in we go. It's big as paradise. They tell me it stretches to eternity.
Oh, it must